My issue with Mariah May signing with WWE is very simple. My issue that I have is there was a report that came out from Dave Metzler. She signed, according to Dave Metzler, just like Stephanie Vaquer, she signed a pay cut to go to WWE for her WrestleMania moment, for her dream of WWE. That's my issue. Is the fact that you have to understand something. This business, you're not just clocking in and going to the office. You're not teaching kids. You're not having an easy job. You're putting your body on the line. You're actually going out there and potentially either maybe getting a concussion, maybe breaking a rib or a leg or something. This ain't ballet. And the fact that you are willing to take a pay cut just for a WrestleMania moment or just because you want to be in the Fed, I'm sorry, but that's crazy to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest set for one fall.
It's go time.
Are you serious right now, bro?
I'm dead ass.
I cannot believe you're spouting that bullshit.
I'm dead ass.
Bro, listen, if she want to take a pay cut, that's her business. It's not the first time someone has ever taken a pay cut in any sport of professional sport.
And that's not good for you? That you think that's okay?
Maybe for her it's not all about just the money. For some people, other things matter more to them. If it's her dream to do it, then let her do it. It's her fucking dream, nigga. Damn. You gotta tell her she can't live out her dream?
I have to co-sign with Javin because she probably always wanted to be there.
Bro, it's not like she's short of money. She got money, and if push comes to fail, there's always the OF. I'm sorry, it's a fact that's a backup plan. It's a true backup plan. If it all fails, there's the
and
OF.
you have to.
But outside of that, she could take a bet on herself. She's trusting,
her skills.
Not just her skills, but she believing in herself.
Yeah.
Dog.
I
This guy was a hater.
No.
Okay.
I just think there's a problem. It's not just the fact that you're chasing your dream. I'm not even going against that.
Okay.
I'm saying the fact that you are willing to take a pay cut and you're just allowing it to happen.
That's the whole point. That's what she wants to do.
Yeah,
So let her
but you
do
don't
it.
think a multi-million-dollar company can't pay her more?
I'm sure they can.
They've been touting that they've been making so much money.
Whether they can or they can't, that's her decision to choose. She's a smart woman. I'm sure she'll know if she's getting a low end of the stick or not in terms of her pay. If she sees that dollar, she sees that check, she sees it in the contract, and she says it's not good enough for me, then I'm sure she would have said no.
But that's what I'm saying. It's that mentality where I feel like they're not understanding their worth. I preface this by saying I have no issues with Mariah May. Mariah May is a great caliber of woman. She is definitely, what she did in AEW is phenomenal. But what I'm saying is a woman of that caliber should not be taking a pay cut, especially because of a woman of her worth. And the issue that I have is that when WWE does that,
who are you to decide her worth? She decides her worth. You can't tell her what she's worth. She could tell.
I can tell you. Okay, fine. In that aspect, you're right. But what I'm saying of a woman who has done so much in this business so far, especially in AEW, she deserves, if not the same money that she's got in AEW or more, not a pay cut.
May I ask what has she done in AEW?
I was about to.
Wow.
I was actually.
I'm sorry. I'm not the only one here. I'm not the only one here, but Mariah May is just one stop in AEW. She stopped and she leave. She stopped. She didn't do that much in AEW.
She had a championship.
I think her
run.
first run. I think for a woman of her, a woman that showed up who had no recognition back in Stardom.
That's not true. She was in Stardom.
Nobody knew her.
He just said, yeah.
Nobody knew her. Nobody knew her that well.
Prior to Stardom.
But that's my exact point. Nobody knows her right now. Nobody knows her right now. She's gonna go.
She got big. She got big.
No, she's not. That's why she got the pay cut. That's what she did. They didn't pay her enough. That's the main reason. You think WWE is not smart? You think TKO is not smart?
No,
of
TKO
course
is definitely not smart.
Exactly. That's why they pay her the way they did, because she's not well known.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, but Mariah May didn't do enough in AEW for me to say that she's gonna be a great person and a great wrestler at the WWE. We're talking about the big fucking leagues over here. I mean, hell, Ethan Page hasn't done shit in NXT.
He's North American. He's North American NXT
Yeah,
champion
and
right
he's
now.
going to NXT. He hasn't done that.
No, he's the
And
North American
Stephanie
champion right now.
Becker. It's gonna move to the roster.
I'm glad you brought that up.
It's gonna
though.
move to the roster.
I'm
yeah,
glad,
yeah.
I'm glad you
Do
brought that
think
up.
Mariah May is gonna get into NXT and move to the roster within a year? No, she's not. No, she's not.
and see,
You know why?
again-
You know why? Because Mariah May. I'm sorry. I like Mariah May. But I think she jumped too early. She didn't do enough in AEW, and that one championship run, that wasn't enough because you were outshined by the very best of AEW. And it's a shame. It's a shame that you went again one of the best in AEW, and you did a good job. You did a good job. You had a championship run. You had the ball in your court, and you didn't do any good job. And now you want to run to WWE and think you got the balls to go to the big leagues? I'm sorry, I don't think you do.
Man, listen, hold on. I gotta say something real quick.
I had to look at her career real quick.
When
Hold
you
on.
say that, like,
It's a double check.
WWE didn't want to pay her that. They didn't want to pay Mercedes either.
Yeah.
But she got, she wanted that money though. Mercedes wanted the money. But Mariah May, her title run, I ain't gonna lie, wasn't really the best.
So Tony had the confidence in her. Give her the keys. Here's the championship. Do the run that you want. Do what you want to do. And what did she do? Absolutely nothing. And stop playing. She
Mayo.
didn't do anything. Come
Mayo.
on. What is the best thing that you remember that she
Tony
did?
Storm.
Mayo.
Tony Storm. Her
Mayo.
and Tony.
Yeah,
Her
that was
and
Tony.
entire
That
feud,
was
though.
Tony by her.
Okay,
No.
Mayo.
There's no excuses when you hold that title. You hold that title. There's no excuses for you. I didn't give excuses to Hangman Adam Page, his first title run. I'm not gonna give excuses to Mariah May. You held the title. You had a championship run. Tony gave you everything, and you didn't do shit. And now you think that because of that little run and because that 1 year or 2 years in AEW that you can go to the big leagues?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, you
Yeah,
can't.
actually, no,
No,
let me
you
tell you why. Let
can't.
me tell
No,
why.
you can't. You're gonna be another Ethan Page. You're gonna be
Technically, she's
another.
going back.
Mayo, let me tell you
'Cause
why.
she was in
Let me
UH
tell you why she
Outsiders.
can. Because she was AEW Women's Champion. That's the reason within itself why. If WWE can siphon anyone from AEW that could say they were the AEW's world champion, they're gonna do that.
They're not going to acknowledge that on their brand, but
Sure, I'm not saying that they're going to, but they are going to take that. Just like they did Jade Cargill. She was the TBS champion. They
Yes.
automatically threw her into a big spot in WrestleMania, her debut. We all know, or is it the Royal Rumble? Excuse me, the Royal Rumble. She goes to WrestleMania. I mean, bro, come on now.
All I'm saying is this: I regardless of what you're saying, Mayo, I disagree completely. I think that the feud that she had with Mariah May put her on the map, and that's enough for anything. My only reason why I'm upset with this is because when Mercedes Moné signed to AEW, she got a big fat ass contract because that was her worth. Regardless of what your opinion of that was, whatever it was, she got that. Yeah. Stephanie Becker, literally, once she got out of that match with Mercedes Moné, she dead ass got a phone call from Triple H and also from WWE. They lowballed her ass. You can go back and listen to that interview. They lowballed her ass. TK gave her a bigger money contract. She said no because HBK called her and said, whatever the fuck he said to her, basically sweet talked her ass and basically got her to sign to NXT at a low payment raise. Regardless of whatever it is of chasing your dream.
What do you consider low? Like, do we even know how much she was getting paid?
Regardless of what it was lower than what TK offered.
yeah, she did say it was lower.
It was lower than what TK
However,
offered.
she took WWE because
It was her dream.
It was her dream. And
I get that.
Yeah.
But this is what my caveat. Sometimes these happy to be here contracts is not enough because what you're saying is, again, look at what happens with there's a reason why WWE is mad at AEW. It's not because it's number two. It's not because they're going up. It's because TK is paying wrestlers more than what they should be given. And WWE, aka TKO, doesn't want to pay these wrestlers what they should be earning. So when you are a wrestler and you want to chase your dream, and I'm not knocking your dream. This is not me knocking your dream. If you want to have a happy to be here contract, by all means, go do that. But understand what you're doing. You are taking a pay cut, and you are allowing TKO to say, we're going to sign you to this contract. And that's what we're going to hold you on to. For those of you who've never signed a contract in your life before, and you're working a 9 to 5, whatever it is, you have to understand, you are guaranteed that money for how long they sign you. So you can go to NXT, you can go to WWE, you can go to Raw, SmackDown. You will still be paid that set guaranteed money you got. So you'll be on Raw still making NXT money until your contract is renewed. They might bump you, they might do something else, but you will still be making that money. And that's the problem. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, it's not entirely a problem if you know what figure it is and you know if that's going to be good enough for you or not. We don't know how much she's going to get. That's the thing. You're saying low. We don't know what the fuck low is. We don't know the exact dollar amount. They could pay her I don't want to say like $1 million. That's probably a little too much. But if they get paid like a couple $100,000,
Okay.
they're cool with that.
So fine. You want to play number game? If WWE gave you a contract for $50,000 and TK said, I'll give you $100K.
$50,000 for what? A month? 2 months? What are we talking about?
To my understanding,
$50,000
it's a
for
5-year contract.
No,
Who's
who's gonna do that?
But-
$50,000.
Hey,
They're doing that.
But that okay.
That doesn't
okay.
make sense. $50,000 for 5 years. That's ridiculous. That's $10,000. That's
Homie.
$10K a year.
Homie.
Who does that? No one's gonna do
Homie.
that shit.
Homie.
They're gonna do this shit for a couple $100,000.
Homie, there's a lot of people in developmental who are taking not that side amount of money, but they're taking a low ball amount of money. But even you just saying that is proving my point. The fact that they're giving you these low ball numbers, you're like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, hold on.
See, this is what I'm saying.
No, again, if they're getting paid, let's say we put you on a 2-year deal for 200.
They don't do 2-year deals.
I'm fine. A 1-year fucking.
They don't do
What?
1-year
How do you
deals.
fucking
5
know?
years.
They do a 5-year deal.
contract. They've said it multiple times.
They don't sign you for a 1-year deal. You think
it's
Stephanie
5
cares for a
years.
1 year?
Listen, I don't know WWE's contracts. I can't say. I'm not gonna lie.
It's wrestling. It's wrestling. They do mostly
it's
5 or
basic
4
shit.
years.
There's been some wrestlers who have signed on for a year, like especially the older guys, like the
Yeah.
older guys.
Well, those are the older
So to
guys
say
because
that it
they're-
doesn't
they-
exist is fraudulent because for some wrestlers it may exist versus others. Okay, fine. Let's say 5 years, right?
Right.
Let's say 5 years. They say you get up to $250,000 for 5 years.
That's fucking low, but yeah.
You think that's low?
Yes, my
That's
guy.
low for a wrestler.
Don't forget, they don't pay your hotel. They don't pay your travel expenses.
They don't pay the travel expenses.
No.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Oh wait. Well,
Only
no, that was-
AEW does that.
Well, that's not true. Remember
AEW
CM
pays.
Punk had a problem with that with AEW. Remember he talked about that shit. They
That's
didn't pay for
because
his
hold
stuff.
on. The only reason that happens because he got that's a whole different conversation.
Okay,
That's a whole
but we're
different
getting
conversation.
sidetracked right here. Look, I understand what you're saying, but I think one fact that we're forgetting is Jade Cargill went straight to the main roster, and we don't know her contract.
That's 'cause
but
she
I'm pretty
requested.
sure. It's not because she requested. It's because Triple H
no,
saw potential. Okay, Mariah May is not potential. Mariah May is gonna go to NXT, and she's gonna stay there for the next 5 years. That's an issue. Yes. The issue of money, no, that's how much she's worth it. She's getting
That's
lowball. Exactly.
That's
Look
crazy,
again.
though.
Look at Jade. Look,
I don't know. I
Jade
don't know
was
Jade.
high priority. Triple H saw potential. There's still potential in her, and she went straight into the roster. Look at the Lucha Bros. I understand what you're saying, but maybe Triple H and maybe TKO is actually fair, and understanding that Mariah May is not worth that much.
I don't think that's true. I think
I gave you the examples, Jade, the Lucha Bros.
I honestly believe, and this is just me saying it. I think the contracts were good, but a lot of them are allowing the contract to be low because they're getting the happy to be here contracts.
I'm sorry, but if, like Jay say, if that's their dream, then that's their dream.
But that's what I'm saying though. You set a precedence for a lot of these wrestlers who wanting to sign there, and you're allowing yourself for them to be like, you should be happy to be here.
It's the big leagues, yes.
Nah, dog.
Well, the thing is that
Nah.
again,
WWE.
I just had to take a look. She's not currently signed yet.
Not yet.
She's expected to sign, so we don't
Yeah.
even know what she's really going to take at the end of it. We don't know what amount she's going to take, right?
I don't care about the money. I'm happy she's getting not paid that much because she's not worth that much.
Oh, that's fucked up.
No,
That's
she's not
fucked
worth
up,
that much.
Mayo.
She's
That's
not.
fucked up. Mayo.
She's
Mayo.
not. How, dude?
Mayo. Come on, man.
No, she's
Hello.
not. She's not worth that much. I'm sorry.
Oh.
You can't sit here and say that she was the greatest of all time in
No one's saying
AEW.
she's the greatest of all time.
Right.
No,
So
no,
then
no.
again, so how do you expect somebody that was just one stop go in AEW to go back to the big league, to go to the big leagues and make a lot of money? No, she's gonna start in NXT and then hopefully not be there for 5 years and make her way up. It all depends to her.
Maybe for her it's not about the money. Maybe she just wants to just be in WWE.
Maybe she
So I know
wants,
the Ricky Saints. Okay.
maybe she wants to build.
Probably.
Well, maybe she wants to build a legacy. Like, yeah, she was a star in Stardom, no pun intended. And funny thing, if she does go to NXT, because she was in NXT UK in the early, what was it, 2018, 2022. So it'll be fun if she does start back in NXT and work her way up. Like, I think she's really doing this because she wants to build her legacy. And this 5-year, I'm guessing 5 or 4 year contract that she's getting with a low pay. She's like, I'm gonna do this right now, but this is gonna be start of me building my legacy in WWE since she's already has a little more notoriety from AEW and Stardom.
And on God, listen, man. Again, if
I'm
it's
thinking long term for her. Maybe she's thinking the same thing,
Bro.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. Should she get paid a little more? Maybe. But has TKO or WWE saw her actual worth and said this is what she's actually worth? Seeing her past run, you're probably right too. But I think for her, she's thinking long term. Like, I'm thinking about the legacy moving forward.
I tell you, if it's about the money, bro, she'll just pull a Mandy Rose and she'll make more in one day than she will in 5 years, bro.
I'll see you in the comments below. This is Breaking Kayfabe.